Alright, while we wait for the tea to steep, do some housekeeping. So I got 2 letters in the mail today. One is from the CRA, bad news. One's from my bank, good news I guess. The good news is they're increasing my line of credit limit by 10,000. I guess they make so much money off of my interest that they're like, let's see if he can handle some more debt, you know what I'm saying? Bad news, CRA, they want to audit my income from my business. So, gotta handle that tomorrow or something. Rav said he's not going to Vancouver because he has to figure out if he's going back to Toronto or not. So, makes sense that he's very busy for the next, couple days. I think I'll still go to Vancouver for a business trip, but keep it shorter and maybe do it next week instead. Other good news, my video with Carice in it reached over 100 views, which is insane to me. And I hope I can have more videos like that in the future. The topic for today is goals, and more specifically why I set goals. I'm a little bit tired, so if I'm low energy, that is why. But hopefully this tea wakes me up, I think it's ready. Cup for you, and cup for me. Cheers. If you talk to my friends, some of them would describe me as being hardworking. Some say I'm ambitious. Some of them might even say that I'm robotic. But I would just laugh and say I'm just a very goal-oriented person. This is my personal notebook. Since 2021, every single year, I have made 10 big goals for myself, and I have written them down and scored myself on how well I did at the end of the year. For reference, last year I got 9 out of 10 goals completed, so I was very happy for that. Some people hear 10 goals and they feel intimidated, but I think I have pretty good reason why I set those goals. So let's talk about why I believe it is very important for people to set goals and follow. The first point I want to touch upon is discipline. Kind of as a follow-up to yesterday's video, motivation can only get you so far. I think it is ultimately discipline that carries you the rest of the way. And when you set goals for yourself and you can read back and always keep yourself accountable, that builds discipline. You are constantly reminded of what you aspire to be. And this will help you get over ruts and get up when things are tough and keep going. Number 2, it encourages personal growth. Being a young person, I really believe in personal growth, as I think I have a long ways ahead of me to go. For me, it's always cool to reflect back and see how far I have come in my personal growth journey. People often quote, if you can just get 1% better than yesterday, the compound effect will take over, and at the end of the year you'll be, 50 times better than you were before. I don't quite believe that, but I still think that just the prospect of being encouraged to grow based on your own goals and metrics will shape you to be a person that you might not even have dreamt of. Point number 3, I believe that setting goals creates accountability for yourself. If you are just living your life willy-nilly, no direction, it's very hard to pursue something meaningful, right? However, if you set goals and challenge yourself, looking at these goals will keep you accountable and push you in the general direction that you want / you aspire your life to be. And a lot of people talk about manifestation. I believe setting goals is kind of like that, in where initially you get to, with free will and creativity, decide what kind of person you want to be. And subconsciously, you start working and molding yourself to be that. And the only way to do that is through goals. Number 4, I believe that setting goals, they create a sense of achievement. And that's ultimately what this channel is about. I want to be able to look back in a year, and because I set the goal, I can reflect on how I have grown as a person, and if I have evidence to document that, even better, right? The world is too negative nowadays. I feel that all you see are alarming headlines, the next crazy thing that's going to change the world. But not enough focus is put onto personal achievement. I see chasing after your goals kind of like exercising, where when you first get started, everything seems very difficult and you want to give up. But over time, you'll realize that, for example, day 30 compared to day 1 at the gym, you're a completely different person, right? Not only physically, but mentally as well. Which leads me to point number 5, is that goals provide a general direction for your life. I like to think that I'm a pretty well-rounded person, so by setting 10 goals and pushing myself out of my comfort zone, I can identify areas of weakness and actively work towards. I think that most people nowadays live a very comfortable life and refuse to set goals because they're scared. Scared because if they have a goal, that means whatever they're currently doing was not good enough. And people are afraid of change. But I see it differently. For me, having goals and actively pursuing them allows me to chase after them and feel a sense of accomplishment. And this builds confidence over time, right? If I can look back over the last 5 years and see how much I have grown as a person and changed, that should instill confidence in me moving forward. And even if I approach big tasks that seem overwhelmingly challenging or daunting, from my past successes or failures, I can find it in myself to dig deep and do things that other people thought wasn't possible, right? Point number 6, I believe it actually inspires creativity. The reason I say this is by putting yourself out of your comfort zone, you kind of get a different view of who you are as a person, right? Everyone sometimes is too stuck in the day-to-day life that they neglect to see the bigger picture. True goals is a chance for self-reflection and really focus on what you want out of your life. If, for example, all you do is go to work, full-time job, you have to deal with family, deal with, challenges of life, or you're just too preoccupied with studying or, trying to make things work on many different levels, you get stuck in a routine that might not even make you happy ultimately. So I think having goals helps you realign with what you want in your heart so that you can move forward. I believe that setting goals also, number 7, helps you reduce stress. In the same line of thought as the previous point, if you are hyper fixated in your current situation, everything might seem overwhelming. But having goals that kind of let your mind take a breather and looking at things from a bigger picture is really good for your mental health. Especially for me, if, for example, in business I'm really stressed out, I can always take a step back and focus on my personal growth, such as some of my funner goals, right? And not everything has to be all concentrated in one aspect of life. We as human beings are so interesting. I don't think that any of us can be perfectly fitted into one or two jobs, right? Alright, let me get some more tea. Speaking of jobs, I think having goals can help you build meaningful relationships. I talk about jobs because in the real world, there's a lot of collaboration, even if you're just working at a job. I think that if you set meaningful goals and you tell the people around you, there's a chance that your goals and theirs overlap. And as they say, people who struggle together, they stay together, right? Some of my, strongest relationships are when, my friend and I set similar goals and we keep each other accountable. They don't even have to be the same goals, just similar types of goals, right? You will find a lot of motivation knowing that someone else is going through kind of the same thing that you are. And through helping each other, you're in a way helping yourself. And this can lead to really meaningful relationships that both of you talk about later on. Number 8, this will tie to the previous point in where if you choose to have people hold you accountable on your goals, you can set a positive example in the world as you are taking the effort and time to meaningfully better yourself. And this might inspire other people to also become a better version of themselves. Without goals, there is nothing for someone else to kind of look to you and get inspired by, right? Sure, they can look at the final result, but if they weren't there for the process, they wouldn't understand how you became the person that you are. So for the sake of having more positivity in the world, more people should set goals. Reason number 9, setting goals will enhance your long-term success. Now this might sound like it's some motivational video trying to convince you, get on the grind. But I don't see it that way. I think of it as having clear indicators that help you mark what your own definition of success is will eventually lead yourself down that path and mold your life. When someone thinks 5-10 years into the future, a lot of people think it's just guesswork, but I actually don't think so. I think I can almost tell a person's future by asking them to share, some of their personal goals with me. If, for example, they didn't set any goals, then I kind of just base my judgment of them on everything I know about them currently. But the secret is, if you don't have any big direction or meaningful goals in your life, chances are you will just maintain the status quo and be, the same person that you are down the road. And to me, that's very boring. So if you are actively pursuing the idea of success, you should at least set, indicators that you're headed in the right direction, right? And along the way, you can always sneak a peek backwards and check your progress and how far you've come. If it's not to your satisfaction, that means chances are you're missing a piece in your life. And often it's through setting goals that makes you see the complete picture. Finally, reason number 10. Setting goals provides you a sense of purpose. I feel that people don't set enough goals, and as a result, they try to seek thrill through other means. I'll let you decide what other means alludes to. But for me, as long as I have my goals, I don't need other things to keep me company, right? I can always just look back at the goals I set for myself and decide on how I could work towards achieving those. And related to sense of purpose, it's fun to talk about your own goals. I think it makes you a more interesting person. For example, at the end of every year or at the beginning, I always have a hangout with my closest friends and we talk about some of our goals for the next year. And I'm always the one that's most excited to share what I learned last year and what I hope to achieve in the new year. Some of them probably think I'm crazy, but it comes from a place of genuine passion, I think life would be so empty if, people live like animals, just eat, do their main thing, whether it's work, business, or, school, and then go home, sit on the couch and watch Netflix or doom scroll social media until they get tired, only to do it all again. I think if you have goals, this picture completely changes, right? In your, so-called downtime from your main thing, you now have a incentive to make your life a lot more interesting and add layers and, the seasoning, the spice to life. I think that's what a lot of people are missing nowadays, and you see people being really depressed and have mental issues. I'm not saying goals would fix all of those, but it would certainly help, right? It would keep people grounded and look deep in their hearts to what they truly want out of life. And once you get that answer, a lot of things sort of just fall into place. At least that's how I feel. But yeah, those are some of the reasons why I set goals every single year for myself, and you guys are here, part of the journey. One of my goals was to start a YouTube channel this year, so you see me posting every single day and actively working towards it. So I hope I gave you some useful insight. Yes, a lot of the points seem like that's what everyone says, but I try to tailor it to my personal experiences and give you my frame of thought. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you stay along with the journey as I try to achieve my goals for this year. Cheers!
In downtown.
We had one coffee, but
She's manager now.
she's manager, but
Just take the whole thing. Don't worry. Okay, here. Oh, no. Just eat. Korean artists sing a Japanese song, and a lot of Japanese songs.
Hold it.
It's okay. It's okay.
We're supposed to. That's like the starter.
Yeah, exactly.
What the heck was that? So passive aggressive.
There's powder everywhere. Tip on your feet.
Yeah, I'm ready. My eyebrows. I didn't know if it's done. Rav, how do you know it's done? How long do we have to
Just
put
gotta
it?
know.
You gotta know. So good.
I don't know what that small one is.
That one's gone. It's crunchy sausage.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's midnight. I'm standing in the middle of the street. Good morning. I came home at like 12 yesterday. That's okay. Today I have a workout buddy, I think. Found out someone that goes to my gym. They reached out to me from my YouTube actually, so I'm excited to meet them and work out. They won't be on camera though. Fish oil. See you. Just walking home from the gym. It's a beautiful day today. I could walk outside with a t-shirt. Unfortunately, the guy at the gym didn't show up, so just did my workout alone today. I I feel like I should be more tired, but I'm doing fine, even though I only slept like 5 hours. Today I dropped off 2 packages. I don't know if you can see, but yesterday we did a campfire and roasted sausages. Some of the grease fell on my jacket, so Now I smell like sausage. I really enjoyed that campfire. Haven't gone camping in, I want to say, like 12 years or something, which is crazy. So yeah, yesterday I went to Rav's house. The vibe was nice. Roast some sausages and marshmallows, and surrounded by all the cool people. My knee still kind of hurts, and I don't really know how to treat it. I've been really busy lately, so I haven't gotten a chance to even research what the possible cause could be. So maybe I'll work on that after I record Teatime Tuesday today. But yeah, it's crazy nice weather for January. And there's an ambulance that just passed by. Today's Teatime Tuesday will be a continuation of yesterday's video. Hopefully I can give you guys some motivation on why I set goals and how they help keep me aligned in my life. Here's the portfolio update. Markets are still really ugly as people try to digest the DeepSeek AI news. AMD should not be down this much because they're actually partnered with DeepSeek AI, so this is just crazy to me. I guess we'll just have to sit on the sidelines and watch.